All right. Good morning, my friends. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world. We're excited to have you today for a good training topic on self-contained breathing apparatus. Um, my name is Brian Anderson. I'm an instructor with Africa Fire Mission. This week, I'm also the host. Uh, Chief Mike is the normal co-host or the normal host, and he is in Kenya right now on a trip. So I'm stepping in to try to fill in his shoes. This week we have Simon with us. Simon is firefighter with the Kenyan Airport Authority. He's been a firefighter since 2011. He's going to share some knowledge with us about SCBAs and filling stations and filling the SCBAs. But before we get started with that, I'd like to offer words of encouragement. Normally we have Errol or um, Jose join us for words of encouragement. I don't see him on right now, so I'll start. I'll just do it today. Um, talking about SCBAs and fill stations. Oh, there's Errol right there, but I'll still continue. Talking about SCBAs and fill stations. It's sometimes there's equipment that you just don't have in Africa, right? And there's equipment that we don't have sometimes in the United States, but much more prevalent in Africa. But just remember the story about the when Jesus fed fed the group, right? He had 5 fish and 5 loaves of bread, or 12 fish and 5 loaves of bread. I don't remember the exact number anymore. The disciples thought there is no way we can feed this large group with this small little limited resource. Obviously, Jesus was able to make it happen, and that's what we do in the fire service a lot. With the resources we got, we go and make it happen. Um, we know we might not have like the newest SCBAs. We might not have the best, most advanced technology and all our stuff, but we are all firefighters. Down in our soul, we all are here to do the same job. We're here because we love people. We're here because we love to help others. And we get a great sense of pride in what we're doing. So I just want to encourage you today that even if you don't have some of the resources we're talking about today, we're going to give you knowledge today that you can take to your cities or to your counties, and you can say we need this equipment, and this is why we need the equipment. We're going to empower you guys today to go and fight for yourself, advocate for yourself, saying why you need the equipment to keep you guys safe. It also reminds me of a Rosalind Carter quote. That was a tongue twister. I apologize for that. Rosalind was wife to President Jimmy Carter, and one of her famous quotes is, "Do what you can to show you care about others, and do it with what you have. Like just go out there and do it. You know, um, just it's all about do what you can. Don't wait for the right time. If you say, well, when we do this, then we can do that, right? You know, um, you're just kind of kicking the can down the road. Just do what you can with what you have right now. So, having said that, thank you, Simon, for volunteering your time. Thank you, everyone, for attending, and um, I know taking time out of your busy schedules as well. And go ahead, Simon, and kick it off for us.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, we can, Simon.
Yes, I'm Simon Lenturie, firefighter from Moi International Airport, Kenya Airports Authority. Employed 2011 since to date. Uh, I'm in Mombasa. So today I'll be able to just present to you about the self-contained breathing apparatus, the compressor, and the filling compartment. When I was employed, we didn't find one uh, compressor for filling the SCBS. So the one that we have was bought around 2020, recently, 2021. So it's a new equipment that we have been able to see the impact of this machine to our to our breathing system when we are using during the trainings and also when we responding to fires. So our compressor is from Germany. It's a Boa PE 550. Uh, it it has also a filling compartment of six uh, cylinders of 300 bars, which is called BSEF 300. So after telling you about the compressor, and then I will also be able to demonstrate a video of the compressor itself. Now, the importance of this compressor, it provides clean and breathable air for firefighters. It ensures the rapid cylinder refilling during operations. When you are on ground or on the scene. When you want to refill quickly, it can refill 6 cylinders at a time within around 10 minutes. So it fills 50 bars per minute for the all six cylinders. Now it maintains a readiness for emergencies and training and the air quality that meets these standards here, the EN 12021 and the NFPA standards. The BOA PE 550 is a portable equipment of high pressure breathing air compressor, but portable means you cannot carry by yourself. It can be moved from one place to another using the machines. Capacity of 550 liters per minute varies by model. Then the pressure range is up to 350 bars, which is 5,000 psi. Equipped with the filter system, the gauges, and automatic drains. The filter system also is automated in a way that it shows the usage. So at a given time, it will give you a warning that this filter needs to be changed. So you don't have to go and open the compressor by yourself. So it's just shown on the panel that you need to change this or the service, something like that. It's also used with the filling panel or the compartment for safety. So we have a compartment panel. This one is just for filling the cylinders. So it's a compartment which is safe in a way that even if the cylinder explodes, the person who is doing the filling is protected. And I will be able to show you that in the video. Then the main components of this compressor is the compressor block, multi-stage compression. The drive motor, our motor here is electric. There are those for diesel, but ours is an electric. So the service also here may be much less. Then the purification system, we have filters for oil, moisture, and carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. So the cooling system, then control panel, switches, gauges. So in the cooling system is the compressed air when it's filled inside the cylinder. You find that a cool air is placed inside the cylinder, so that even if when you are using the air, when you are on the scene, you will actually feel that cooling effect within the air, the air that you are breathing. And also when you try to drain the cylinder, you will see that there will be a icing effect on that cylinder due to the air inside is compressed. So when it's come out, it actually cools the environment within the coupling of the cylinder. Then the control panel, here is where the switches and the gauges are placed, whereby you'll be able to see everything about the operation of that compressor. Then we have safety valves. In case of overpressurization, these safety valves releases the overpressurization of the so that it does not damage the compressor or the tank. So filling widths and the compartments will show you that. Okay, so those are about now the components. So we'll go on starting the pre-start safety checks. Before you start your compressor, you ensure the environment within the compressor is well ventilated and hazard free. So you check the environment, especially from our where we have placed our compressor, it's actually near the garage. So within that site, within that environment, you make sure there is no vehicle which is on, whereby it's emitting the exhaust of fumes. So you make sure that, and also we cordon that area so that no vehicle comes nearby. Then you check the oil levels through the control panel. It will be able to give you a warning if the oil levels are low. Then you inspect the filter conditions. Although this also for our compressor, you you can be indicate it can indicate if there is any condition which needs replacement or expiry. It will be shown on the control panel. The drain moisture, then you have to drain the moisture also from the system. There is a drainage tank outside the compressor whereby it drains automatically the moisture. So you need also to drain that residue of the moisture before you start using the compressor. Then you verify the ACBA cylinder test, date and condition. And then our ACBA cylinders and the machine, we usually do an annual annual servicing. Then confirm the power supply safe and stable. So make sure that you have the proper supply voltage and amps for the compressor. That will keep the compressor more run properly. Then starting the compressor, you switch on the main power supply, open cooling vents. You need to open the vents if there are any residue of the air within the tanks, then you'll be able to release before you start filling the tank. Then press start the button to run the motor and then allow the pressure to build gradually. You observe the gauges for the correct operation. You check for leaks, vibration, or any abnormal noise from the compressor. Filling the CBA cylinders, you place the cylinder in the filling cradle or the compartment. You connect the tip to the cylinder valve. You slowly open the cylinder valve, open the filling valve gradually, close compartment door. Now you start filling and then monitor the pressure gauge while filling. So you stop at the rated working pressure. For the 200 usually is for the scuba divers. The scuba diver cylinders. And then for our firefighting is the 300 bars cylinders. So for MOI, we have only for the 300 bars. JKI, you have the two for the 200 and for the 300. So that compartment, we need to exchange it with we are planning to exchange with the MOI. So that because for us, we are starting a water rescue unit very soon, maybe by October, we'll be able to start a rescue unit for that. So we'll need this, the 200 compartment for filling the scuba divers, the cylinders, uh, the scuba cylinders. Then you need to close the valves. As then you bleed the lines, you disconnect safely. Make sure that you remove or you bleed all the air within the system. You don't close the system before bleeding the lines. You don't leave do not leave the pressurized air within the system before closing the machine. Now, the filling compartment is the B-Safe 300 filling panel overview. The safe filling of up to 6 SBS cylinders simultaneously. Pressure range is the 300 bars for the one that we have here. Then it's equipped with the pressure gauges for each bank, filling hose with non-return valves, then safety relief valves, protective door shield. This allows the controlled and then the filling of the multiple cylinders, which I will show you from the video properly. Then connecting the cylinders, you place the 6 SBS cylinders securely in the panel. You connect each filling to the filling width to the cylinder valve. Check that all connections are hand tight. Then you close and lock the protective panel door. Now you slowly open each cylinder valve. You open the panel manifold valve gradually. You monitor both panel gauges and compressor gauges. So the monitor panel, the filling panel has a gauge for monitoring, and also the compressor has a gauge for monitoring the filling and also for the tank of the compressor. So it fills all the cylinders evenly, and it avoids the pressure imbalance between the cylinders. Then you stop filling when cylinders reach the rated 300 bars. Then you close. You stop by there's the main valve. You have to close the main valve when the 300 bars is reached. Then you close all the valves, and then you from the each cylinder, and then you bleed the pressure, and then now you disconnect the whips or one by one from each cylinder. That I will show you again from the video. So the safety precaution is that always remember never fill outside the protective compartment. Do not mix the cylinders of different working pressures in one filling cycle. As that if it's not rated, it's like now the ones that we have here is rated 300. You don't have to you will not use the 200 cylinders here. So stand clear of the panel during pressurization, then it fills slowly to prevent the cylinder heating. Then ensure regular inspection of your hoses, gauges, and safety valves. I think I need now to share the video so that you'll be able to see all that. So I will have to stop the sharing the slides. So this is our PE 550 compressor. Yes, this is how it looks. I don't know if everybody can see my pointer.
Yes, we can.
Yes, so this is the switch of the compressor. This is where you put on the compressor. This is the control panel, and this is where now it will be able to show you the servicing of this compressor, if it is overdue or you need to change the filter, something like any issue within this compressor, it will be shown here. It will give you a warning within this control panel. So when I want to operate the compressor, I don't need to open any sides or inside of this compressor to check anything. So I just need to switch on. Then I wait the configurations of the panel to come on. Then I'll check now here if there is any warning. If there is no any warning, then I'm able now to go ahead with the starting the compressor. So, and the starting button is this one, the green one. That's the starting button. Then the bleeding valve, the release valve is this one here. So this where now you need to release. After finishing your operations, you need to release the air within the compressor. So this is where you release it with, you just open this one anti-clockwise, then it will be able to release the air within the compressor before switching off the compressor. Now, this tank here it's where the moisturization is filtered. The filtration done inside this machine is all drained here in this tank. So this is the tank that you need to drain first before you start using the compressor. Maybe I can just now play the video, then where you need my explanation, I will be able to stop to explain. Yes, so this one now is the filling compartment of the cylinders, the B-Safe 300. I don't know if you can hear any audio from your side of the video. I need to change the video. Yes, this one. Now, as you can see from this video, always you need to cover your compressor because the accumulation, okay, when the compressor is running, it always absorbs the air, the atmosphere, within the atmosphere. So if there is a lot of dust within the atmosphere of the compressor, this all is taken through the filter. So your filter will die very quickly. So you need to always cover the the compressor from dust. This one's just to protect the dust. So for us, we are planning to have a better covers because it was not placed in our BQ when it was being procured. So we are yet to buy or to procure new covers for this. So this is just a stopgap for the process so that the machine cannot die within our operations. So these are our cylinders. The ones that you can see on top here are the dragger cylinders, the 300 bars. The first piece down here and the back plates, they, they are not from dragger, so we are not now using, they are the old ones. So nowadays we are using the back plates, the dragger back plates and also the cylinders. So these ones, we are not using the ones down here now.
Hey, Simon, we do have a question quick.
Yes, yes.
If it is covered, where will it pick the air from if it is covered during operations? So you want to explain during operations how you uncover it to allow the airflow or whatever?
Okay, when you are operating when now you want to operate the machine, you need to remove the covers. As you have seen in the first video, there were no covers in over the compressor machine. So when it's not operational, you need to cover them so that to protect the machines from dust. So these ones, as I said, we are here to buy the good covers for this compressor. But always you need to cover them. That's why we are using these nylons here to protect the machine from dust. I hope I've answered the question.
Yep, thank.
Mhm. Just need to go to the next video. Oh, yes. So here I've already started the machine. As you can see, the panel can show that there is some air in the tank. And also the filling machine also is on. This is the filling machine. Here I have not yet put the cylinders, so I've just started the machine, but I've not yet uh, placed in the cylinders inside. You see this is the where you place your cylinders. They need to. Yes. This is where you put your cylinder. These are the valves. This, this is the bleeding valve of the filling compartment. This is the gauge, and also this analog gauge. Then we have the digital gauge from the control panel. I don't know if you can hear the video. So mostly what the item that usually wants out here very quickly is the O-ring. The O-ring here. So we need to replace this annually so that the filling compartment or the filling coupling work properly. Yes, as you can see here, when you put in the cylinders, uh, the cylinders are the pressure inside is read evenly for the all. So for the all cylinders that you have put it inside there. So all of them will be at the even pressure. So which they will total to the 100 bars. Now this gauge here, it shows the compressor. This is the compressor gauge. It shows that the compressor has 101 bars. So when it's above it, for this machine to fill, the compressor should have more bars than the one within the cylinders for it to fill. So if it is less, the machine will start to increase the the bars or the pressure. So this is the starting button of the compressor, the green one. Then you'll be able to monitor now there as the machine start to fill. Okay, this is this small bars you can see here is for the filter. So as the machine is being operated, also the filter bars goes down until it gets to the warning yellow light, and then now to the red. When it reaches the red, the machine will not work. It will just switch off by itself. You will not be able to operate this machine. So those are the precaution measures of the machine, so that you don't use a filter which is expired. As you can see, the bars are starting to, so the air is now filling the compressor machine. So for the first run, you need to release the air from the compressor just to clean out the system before filling in your cylinders. Let's get to the next video. Okay, here I wanted to fill the cylinders. So our cylinders here are full. So I need to release two of them so that I can be able to fill them. So in this video. So as you can see here, this cylinder, as I was draining, there is ice formation within the coupling here. So it shows that the air inside here is very compressed and it's very cool. So when it comes out, it ices the coupling. So you can actually, when you are breathing the air within these cylinders, you can actually feel the effect of the cooling from your air system. So I've opened now the compartment. Now I need to place the cylinders in the compartment. So you need to push the cylinder to the width, whereby now you again so you tighten by you screw in the width. This is the width which you screw into the cylinder. For it to hold the cylinder during so that if you don't screw this one properly, you will not be, the pressure will not be able to fill the cylinder. There will be some leakages within here. So you need to do this properly and very tight. This was the second one. So I have now fixed the two cylinders. Now I need to raise the valve. So after filling the cylinders, I have to open the tongue, the valves of the cylinders, this one. You open the valves of the cylinders. Now I raise up the valves. These are also valves. Now, if one of these cylinder had a more air than the other one, they are now distributed evenly to the two cylinders. So they will now read all of them the same pressure of around two something here. Wow, actually it's 129, as you can see from the video. Now we need to fill this cylinder up to 300 bars. So now I close the compartment. Which now it can show here is it's closed and locked. Then you come here and you start the compressor. Make sure that this one is closed so that you don't release your air. I need to run the video forward. Yes, as you can see, the gauge from the compressor is 323 and this one is 131. So now it will start to fill the cylinders. And for you to run the filling, you need to press this button here, the green one. The green button, that's when it will start to fill the cylinders or inside the compartment. So it will now start filling automatically. As you can see, the gauge starts to rise. And it will take the filling speed is 50 bars per minute. So you can do the math here to say how long will it take for it to reach the 300 bars. So as it feels also there is some light blinking here. just to show you, to tell you that the filling process is on, so that you don't stand nearby here. You may press this button, the emergency button, by mistake. Now, in the top of this machine, there is a valve here on top, which is my video cannot show it properly. There is a valve on top here. When this one is full, when it reaches now the 300 bars, you need first to close this main valve on top of this filling compartment, so that there is no air escape within the cylinders as you open the compartment. Then after that, you press this red button to open the compartment. Actually, you will not be able to open until you press this. And it gives you only around like 3 to 4 seconds. If you fail to open the compartment, then it closes again automatically. Yes, this is the valve which I was the main valve for this filling compartment. So this is the one that you raise up slowly. Then now you press this red button, you'll be able to open, you close the cylinders valve, then now you unscrew the cylinders. So now it is full. So I need now I press here and then I close the valve on top, which I've done. I've not showed in the video. So now I've opened the compartment. Now I close the cylinder valves. They are full. Now when they are full, then I put off the compressor. I come back here. I close down these other valves. Now, before unscrewing the cylinders, I have to release the air within the system, because you'll not be able to remove these cylinders if there is air in the system, the pressurized air. So I have to bleed out the air first, as you can see in the video. You can see through the gauge. Make sure that all the air is out up to 0. When that's okay, now I'm able to unscrew now the cylinders. Yes. Now after that, I come here to the main compressor. I have now to release this air within the compressor before I switch off the machine. So you release it. Now, when you release, it will take some time because there is some residual air within the system. So it will still come back to the tank. So you need to have it for some time. When I close here, you will see the compressor is off, but you will see some air entering the tank. And as you can see. So you need to leave the release valve open for some time. Yes. So after that, now when you have released all the air here, you come now this to release again. You can see this valve is still closed. So the gauge here is reading that the compressor has 326 bars. So I need to open this valve so that you'll be able to read the correct measurement or the correct pressure. Slowly, then now it is reading 0. All the air now is, so the all the compressor and the compartment now are free from any pressurized air. So now I'm able to close down the machines. So everything is safe. Now I switch off the machine, and then you switch off also from the main switch. Can always remove that. Yes. Now the machine is safe. I can now cover the machine after that. So, and that's all for the presentation today. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, Simon. Um, and here in the U.S., we're big into baseball, right? So when someone does a good job, we say you knocked it out of the park because that means you got the home run, you got the score, and you definitely knocked this one out of the park. I appreciate you a lot for doing this. We did have a, a comment saying yes, you need to keep the compressor in a dust-free environment, and that's very important that you minimize the dust that's going into these machines. You don't want to rely on the filters on catching all that dust. Um, and you want to also make sure all these compressors are usually in a fire station. Well, if you have chainsaws running next to it or the fire trucks running or something, it's that compressor is going to suck up all the exhaust from that fire truck and put it into your air bottle. So then when you're at a fire, it's going to you're going to be breathing in that poisonous gas. So yeah, these compressors, we need to keep them extremely clean, and we need to keep them in a very clean atmosphere in order to make sure we have good quality breathing air, so we don't have medical emergencies while we're trying to put out a fire. But yeah, once again, great job today, Simon. I'm going to open it up to questions. Um, everyone should now be able to unmute yourself and ask any questions to Simon. about today's topic if you want.
Hello.
Hello.
No. My simple question. Actually, I've seen that is electric powered generator.
Compressor.
Do they have a diesel generator or maybe a battery generator power, so that maybe it can be also used to places where electricity is a problem? That's my question.
There's multiple kinds of these stations. So the one Simon showed was electric, so you just plug it into the wall and it generates the air compressor. We on two of our fire trucks, we have some that are just a cascade system, is what they call it, and it's just a really big air cylinder. Sorry, there's a train going by, but it's a really big air cylinder that you feed into the smaller air cylinders. So there's no power to it at all. What you do is you replace that big air cylinder later on down the road after you drain it. So that system works really good. You can mount them in fire trucks if you have the space on your fire truck to do so, but it works really good for remote areas because then, like I said, when you drain the big air bottle to put into your little air bottles, you just go replace the big air bottle. It works really well. Any other questions? We got a question about the slides. Yes, the whole presentation will be posted. We post it in multiple sources, so we'll post it on our YouTube channel, Africa Fire Mission. We'll post it in the Google Drives folder that we have. So if you go to africafiremission.com, you can look up the training along with all the previous trainings. We're going to post it into Africa Fire Service Networking Facebook group. If you're not part of that group, I highly recommend going to that Africa Fire Service Networking Facebook group and join it. We post all our weekly trainings there. That way you can go back. Like I said at the beginning, you can show this to your crews, you can show it to your council elders or whoever, to say, hey, this is why we need this piece of technology in our fire station. I got a comment that the form isn't loading for the course eval. I'm not exactly sure what to do there then. Let me make sure I typed it in right. It looks right. So try to try to try to do the course eval if you can. It really does help us tailor the trainings to what you want and what you need to know, instead of us just assuming we know what you want. It really helps us there. And Errol, good question. How fast can you fill these tanks? You want to take that one, Simon, or you want me to handle it? How fast can you fill out a cylinder?
Oh, yes, yeah, it depends. If you are using one, it will take a shorter time, but if you are filling the 6 of them, so it will take more time to fill.
Yeah.
But our machine fills at 50 bars per minute.
Okay.
Yes.
The biggest thing I can say there is just go slow. A couple reasons. If you go fast, the air is going to expand as it goes into the cylinder. And then when it cools off, you won't have as much air to put out the fire with. So by going slow, you don't heat up that air and it gives you more air in the cylinder that's breathable during a fire event. But the other thing is if you go fast, it heats up that air, but it also could weaken the point, especially around the neck there of the bottle. And that could lead to failure, which results in explosion. And there's been several fatalities due to these things exploding because you're filling the bottles too fast. It wasn't a fire related event, but I work in the oil fields in North Dakota as a safety coordinator. One of the businesses next to me, they had a fatality 3 or 4 weeks ago now where they were pressuring up too fast and that pressure released and it killed someone. So you want to anytime you have high pressure, you want to treat it with a whole bunch of respect because it's very fatal injuries. Um, even we use PSIs here instead of bars, but even at 100 PSI, we had an event where it was about 100 PSI, which is pretty low. Shot a piece of metal that weighed 48 pounds, 60 feet. Once again, I didn't do any research, so I apologize. I don't know what all that means when it comes to the metric system, but it boil it down, it shot a very heavy piece of metal a long ways away, more than a semi's length away. So um, I do encourage everyone, we're going to transition to tea time. We're going to keep this conversation going. I want to close out this recording, the formal portion of it first, though. So please stick around. We're having good discussion. Let's continue this into tea time. If you were here for 70%, we're going to get you that certificate. If you weren't here for 70% and you want a certificate, just go back, watch it, answer some questions, and we'll get a certificate over to you. Thank you for joining today. Do appreciate all the dedication I see from Africa firefighters. I enjoy this a lot. I'm a training officer for my home department. Well, my home department, people are kind of like, oh, I have to go to training again. I enjoy working with Africa Fire Mission and talking to all of you guys because I see the dedication you guys have. You guys come to training and you want to learn. And you come to training to better yourselves so you can take it and better your community and your department. So thank you for that. Thank you for attending. Once again, Simon, great job today. I appreciate you.
Thank you.